I saw this game in round 2 down at Optus Oval, and I just thought it was a really entertaining contest that day, so I'm certainly looking forward to it tonight. It should be great because the Swans will certainly want to turn the table.
Midfield matchups, Creswell with West, and at this stage Liberatore again with Kelly.
Swans to the left, Bulldogs to the right of screen. Ramiro, Liberatore, they'll be key players. Wine cut off beautifully by Cook. His hands are terrific. Kick off the side of the boot. O'Loughlin getting underneath it. He's got it. 40 metres out. Good kick. He's got it.
And he has been given the task of picking up Tony Lockett.
This time Wine gets a very effective knock towards the middle of the ground, taken by Liberatore. Handball pretty good. Away goes Quill. Quill for the Bulldogs. Shot for goal is very good. So the Bullies reply. Nix is at centre half back.
Goes wide and finds his target in Wolf. Away he goes from centre wing. O'Loughlin read it beautifully. Good looking kick, should go through for goal. He's second, he's got it. Two to O'Loughlin, one to Quill. This has been a terrific start to this match. Sydney 2-1, the Bulldogs 1-1. We're in good company. Seymour's kick to half back. Just shoved out Stafford. Grant under a bit of pressure. It's a good contest early. You know the Doggies will just keep on going. Contessa. Colin-Nuke was a late withdrawal if you've just joined us, and Brown came in for the Dogs. Handball over. Scott West hard at it. Wharf tries to barge his way through. He's been a good player. Nix it was. Tapped on by Quill. Little one there by Rowan Smith, didn't go far. Taken by Stephen Carey, who was the big star last week. Goes for O'Loughlin. Floats it. Good mark. O'Loughlin's been sensational early.
Gee, if he's one-on-one with Quill, it's interesting, isn't it? O'Loughlin, the goal kicker for the Swans with 2, and Quill, his immediate opponent at the moment, has kicked the Bulldogs goal. Just tells you exactly what Lockett has to do. He'll kick the distance, and he'll kick with precision. It's a goal. Wind up against Mooney. Mooney does well and keeps the front posse, but Scotty Wind, a big left fist to it. Gets about 30 metres towards the Bulldogs goal. Hudson falls over. Crediuk, well tackled by Orchard. The ball spills for the big Stafford. Then he's a very skillful player, Greg Stafford. For a big man, he kicks towards Lockett. Croft at the back. Now the advantage is with the Swans. Creswell goes for goal, and he's kicked another one for the Swans.
And certainly will be remembered by the police force in Western Australia.
The two number 15s doing the ruck work there, Stafford and Scotty Wine, taken away by Cameron. Crediuk from behind, Arnott, now taken by Lewis. Lewis long, awkward bounce for Carey, taken by Arnott. Arnott across the full forward line, just forcing O'Loughlin to run, but the ball bounced quite nicely. Watch the magician at work here. Unselfishly, Grant has come from absolutely nowhere. And here they are, kicking for goal from only 13 metres out, and Shannon Grant doesn't miss many of those.
So they just really have to release the handbrake and let it all hang out.
They trail at the moment by 4 goals to the Western Bulldogs. Paul Hudson marks the kick in, goes towards half forward, and a terrific mark taken back there by Dunkley. How do you rate Dunkley, Gerard?
Well, he's one of the best defenders in the competition here. I mean, the only flaw he's got in his game is his kicking.
Consistent performer week in, week out as Andrew Dunkley for the Swans.
Ruse, penetrating kick, O'Loughlin front spot, Croft to the back, some indecision by the players here. O'Loughlin beautifully done, still O'Loughlin round the body, Lockett's a chance, so's Creswell, one or the other, Lockett, little kick, going, hasn't made it, what's happened? Free kick, Swans.
Free kick, Swans.
Creswell or Lockett? Creswell, I think.
Had the arm just tucked into the jumper, and he dragged Creswell off the play, and he's been mouthing off for the last 2 minutes.
And 50-metre penalty to boot.
Gee.
And Croft has told Liberatore to leave because he's obviously a bit hot under the collar to stay there and doing no good for the Western Bulldogs cause. The kick will now be taken from the centre of the kickoff line, the goal line.
And kicks his second goal for the quarter. The feeling the light rain's either just come or about to. 6-2 to 1-2. Stafford, Creswell, what a month he's had of footy. Cook onto it, handball, beautifully weighted. Kelly, Carey, a hard ball. just wasn't quite perfect. Kelly gets back, hook back, not bad. Lockett tries a one-hander, Croft with him. Croft comes away, slung by Arnott as he kicks to halfback. Oh, clever mark, Stevens. Good grab. He's an interesting player, isn't he? Kicks the ball to the front of the square. Lockett, Curley. He's going to be a free kick to Big Plugger, who started pretty well here. He missed a shot early on and then kicked a nice goal, and really shouldn't miss from here, the big fellow. The champ, 20 metres out. This to give Sydney a 6-goal lead early in the second term. He's got it.
A pretty easy goal in the finish and a soft goal when you analyse it against the Bulldogs. Kicked by Lockett, he's kicked 2. Cresswell's kicked 2, and O'Loughlin has kicked 2. The bounce really advantages Scotty Wind. Now what's happening? A free kick again.
Well, what they've
against
done,
the Bulldogs.
and an interesting tactic here, they've made Jason Mooney the ruckman. Now Stafford is in there, but he's become the rover, and because Mooney was shepherded out by Ellis, that is a free kick.
Oh, top effort. Croft is about 40 metres out. Lockett, you can see, directly in front of goal. And another very good kick for a goal. He's kicked 3.
Bullroos, back pocket. To half-back. Kelly, good grab. Fine mark. Gee, it'd be a toss-up between Plugger and Kelly, wouldn't it? Who gets the biggest cheer when they do something? Centre wing, Bays. Just coming onto the ground. Smith. Slippery ball for the moment. Just in the contest. Arnott pushes forward cleverly. Creswell holds his feet, doesn't go to ground, so important. Cook comes through, as he so often does. Johnson hits the deck, then has to push out. Sydney players all around. Cook, well done. Paved away. Clever kick. Carey, big arms. Wonderful mark. Well, a free kick over the shoulder in the end. Miss, 20 metres out. Just about straight in front, straight through the middle.
With another man who's going to build a bit of a reputation for himself here in Sydney by the sound of it. That's Cook. Cook to Lewis. Lewis in the direction of Lockett and Croft. It covers the players there in front of the goals for the Swans. Kicked away by Curley outside the defensive 50. He has to go after it again. He's run about 100 metres, Todd Curley. Does well. He's dumped as he kicked the ball off the ground. Ruse. Now a chance for Cameron for the Bulldogs. Gives away a little bit of meterage. Back to Curley. Back to Cameron, ducks and weaves and gets away from Rowan Wharf and then kicks in the direction there of Hudson. Hudson runs to the 50 metre, then goes for goal. Kicks across that line and it's a mark down there to the Bulldogs taken by Danny Southern. Danny Southern for the Bulldogs second, and he does convert. The Swans are endeavouring to become the longest standing undefeated team at home. They've won 19 games here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. The record is held by Richmond in the period 32 to 35 and by the old South Melbourne in 34 to 36, and that's 24 games at home. The kick forward, oh, great mark by Bays. He did have the sit.
Did it beautifully and did it so easily.
Goal to Mark Bays.
Danny Southern now back in defence where he plays his best footy. He's picking up Stephen Carey.
And Stafford knocks it forward, but gathered there by Crediuk. Crediuk for the Bulldogs. His kick bounces awkwardly at centre half forward. Gathered there by Seymour. Good tackle provided there by Hargraves. Then Brown onto it. The two pigtails for the Bulldogs. Grant grabbed by the jumper. The ball spills now for Rowan Smith. Go for goal, Rowan Smith. He hooks the kick across his body. It goes all the way to the line. It might have bounced through for a goal. Goal to the Bulldogs. Control of it and couldn't take it down to within scoring distance.
Scott McLaren, Shane McInerney, Darren Goldspeak, the umpires tonight. There's been some confusion at times out there. Lewis's kick, high ball. Crediuk looking at it underneath. Hasn't had the best night. Comes back, balance. Oh, Cook, well done. Brilliantly done. Orchard on the up to Carey, on the up to Creswell. This will be special if he goes. Left foot measures it, drills it home. A beauty.
Once again, Robbo, we're seeing him just do some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, terrific stuff. The kick-in has been marked by Bays. He's outside 50. He will kick to within 35 metres. At the back was Carey, not quite able to get into this game. Cook again, left foot snap by Cook over his right shoulder, will be marked by O'Loughlin. Well, they are stamping some sort of authority on this game. Those two players, Troy Cook and Michael O'Loughlin.
Well, if Cook keeps going like this, the only way Rodney Eady's going to be able to keep a lid on it is to drop him.
Short kick by O'Loughlin has been marked by big Greg Stafford. Stafford from point blank range kicks the goal.
Got to have courage to take a mark at centre half back when Lockett's coming in hard. Brown, well done, away. Came in for a Kolonyuk tonight, who was a late withdrawal. Kicks the ball over the head of Hargraves. Shannon Grant just mops up Nix. Seymour back to Nix. Nix streams through centre wing, gives Lockett a chance. At the back, Swans player, Bays, little gift to Kelly. Champagne footy.
He played, this is his 14th game. Not sure if I've ever seen a player with so few games have the ability to win so much football.
Liberatore, free kick to Stafford. Peter Falani, I might get a grab from you on Cook in a moment if we can. When we get a chance, I'll come back to you. Maxfield got it from Stafford, kicks to full forward. Lockett front spot, a couple again. Now this is where the Swans have been so good. Free kick, is it? Advantage given to Creswell. Another goal. There's a free kick to Lockett, the advantage given
for the Bulldogs.
And the reason the advantage rule is never ever going to work as it's supposed to is because we are trained from our earliest years that when a whistle sounds, we stop.
Kick by Wirra in towards goal, nearly taken by Contessa, gathered by Maxfield, rebound footy by the Swans, precision like Seymour and Cresswell, number 7 and number 8 consecutive, down to number 1 Paul Roos. He's on centre wing, he plays a key role across that half back line. Just a Mexican standoff here. In the finish he kicks properly to centre half forward. Oh, what a great mark. I'm sure Wirra thought it was over his head, but he threw his arms up and grabbed the foot, he did, Cook, and he kicks in the direction of Plugger, and Plugger has marked. Lockett from 15 metres, and he gets his 4th goal.
And they were actually reading the ball better than the defenders that were placed on them in forward positions, and that's why they just broke down comprehensively this evening, the Bulldogs.
Cameron to Smith, back to Cameron. Gee, the Roos handball a moment ago was exciting, wasn't it?
Really.
Wirra at half back, then kicks into the centre to Brown. Brown uses Smith. This is where Smith's normally so effective. Hard centre pitch, the ball got away from him. Ramiro had to quickly give it up to Brown. Good handball to Smith. Could kick a goal, 55 metres out. Terrific kick, and he's drilled it. What a wonderful kick. His second. Over to Paul Hudson, or go on to Brett Montgomery. Finds Montgomery. Wanted to go on, decided not to. And he's about 50 metres out. Nobody at home, goes short and finds critical. There's a player down for the Swans. Out there, it's Stafford, so they'll keep an eye on him. Let's hope that he's okay. Stretcher there. Leon Cameron, long ball to full forward. Next, oh, good fly by Brown. Brown from the pocket, good kick, good goal. He's had a good quarter.
Going to displace him, you'll have to do a pretty good job because he's a determined young man, Rowan Wolf. There's a free kick to the Bulldogs, and in the finish, it will go to, is it Hudson out there? Stafford in picture, the kick in towards centre forward. Brown again, well done. Confidence booster, it was Montgomery who kicked it into Brown. Brown goes in the direction, that's a push out surely, isn't it?
And paid. Yes, Robbo. As you called it, spot on.
Doesn't push through the lines to get to contest.
Grant goes for goal, that's Chris Grant for the Bulldogs, and he does kick their 6th goal.
Well, a good conversion, that one.
And if they're to go all the way in September, they need him. There's no question about that. Bays, tried a clever one. Cook again.
Oh.
Geez, good. What a goal. What a play. 16 straight wins. They won a couple and they drew to Essendon, and then they've won their last 16. Wine takes it out of the air. High kick. Wharf, good mark. He was so impressive against Essendon when he came on the ground a couple of weeks ago, and then very good again last week, and getting more of a go each week. Into Maxfield, Maxfield away. He started on the interchange with Bays tonight and Matthews. Nice looking kick. Stevens off. Breaks the tackle. 49 metres out. Good kick. Goal. Terrific effort.
Billy's done a pretty fair job on Michael O'Loughlin since half-time.
Cameron back to Curley. This will be his 14th kick. He's at half forward. High ball into the pocket. Chris Grant with him. Dunkley. Dunkley tries to get the handball away. Nathan Brown, we've talked about him. Left foot, good effort. He's kicked another one, the kid.
Nathan Brown's 5th goal for season 1997, his 2nd goal tonight, and Scotty Wine continues to just get on top. He's advantaged by the fact that a couple of the Swans players, their taller players, injured. Sorry, John, you were going to say kicking in danger?
Yeah, that was the free kick paid.
Lewis has the footy, looks to get past and succeeds in doing so, gets onto his left, kicks in the direction of guess who? Big Plugger. These are the ones that, was it last year or the year before, he was just mopping up with just regular monotony. So he kicks for goal, he doesn't miss this one. He just splits those 2 big posts.
And it just justifies the decision by the Swans to have that mid-season operation on the scar tissue around the groin area. They didn't risk him, and they're getting the rewards now.
Orchard to Matthews. Oh, great grab, Lockett. That was vintage. Gerard, you've got a wonderful imagination.
But he's right what he said.
Lockett with 5 goals to his credit. And pushes it through for number 6.
Daniel Hargraves on screen there, and he would love to be out in that forward line, but he just has lost a bit of confidence, Luke Darcy, and he hasn't had the same influence on the season for the Bulldogs in the last 6 to 8 matches.
Seymour finds Nix, who finds Ruse. Ruse, who seems to have so much time. Good kick to Dunkley. He's come all the way up the ground to Matthews. Good to see him getting a run. His kick to Lewis is all right. Oh, lovely grab by Lewis. He's paid. Got a bit of blood around the lip. 45 metres out. Geez, good looking kick. He's got it.
Now that Wade Chapman's on the sidelines, he's an obvious player to come back into this squad. Craig O'Brien, well, there'll be a question mark on him, whether he can force his way back in. But they've got tremendous depth here now, Sydney, and a lot of it, like this kid, is young.
Well, see if Ruse can make up for his previous shot at goal. He does. Lockett, difficult angle. Certainly will kick the distance. Only about 35 metres out. Lovely kick. Beautiful kick. Didn't try to kick it too hard. He's got 7.
7 goals for Plugger. Ruse with 26 possessions. And it's been a real thrashing here, really, from the first 5 minutes. It was a goal apiece after a couple of minutes. And all Sydney. Bays to Matthews, 9th possession. High ball, bit off the side. Plugger making a big run at it. Clears the pack a bit. Curley at the back, who has, as Gerard said earlier, been pretty reasonable, but he's kicked that straight to Cook, who's been better than pretty reasonable. He's been pretty terrific. Kicks the ball back to full forward. Lockett's got his umpteenth mark. Is it a push out? No, it's a mark to Big Plugger.
I'm sure they probably did get hurt by the umpire.
He's kicked 8.
But it shouldn't have any influence. Yeah, we know.
4 goals in the last quarter for Tony. 22-7. Just in the significance of the season for Sydney, just huge.
Yeah.
We'll have another little look here, Robbo and Johnny.
Yeah, we'll have a chat.
Take us through it, Robbo.
We've only got 15 seconds left, but
That's just a blatant push.
Robbo, Croft certainly does move, but the umpire has to be convinced that Lockett's motion is what did it.
And it's been a pretty low night for the Bulldogs all round. Probably the low point of their season. Maybe the other time was Fremantle opening match when they had a small crowd. Things went wrong. It's all over. The Swans. 97-point winners. Fantastic performance. So the final scores here, 22-17, 149 Sydney, 7-10-52 the Western Bulldogs.